notification. When it comes to the notification, it's not up here, but it's very, very important that if you do, as a spouse, leave the area, that you let your rear detachment chain of command know. It's not that they're keeping tabs on you. It's that if you're not at your house, they need to know where to send that team to notify you of the situation. What will happen is, at the time the notification is made, a duty chaplain and a duty notification officer will present themselves to the house of the next of kin. Those two individuals, like I said, they're on a duty roster. They are not going to come from this pool here. And there's a lot of good reasons for that. And they will also be in ASUs. At no other time will a chaplain and someone else from the unit come to your house in ASUs. Just so we're clear on that. They will ask to enter the home before they make the notification. It can't be done from the porch. I've had folks not want to open the house up, but they have to come inside in order to do the notification. There they're going to notify the family some very basic information, the time, the location, and some very basic circumstances regarding the nature of the death. They know nothing beyond that. They have absolutely nothing to share beyond that. As I said, they're not part of the unit most likely, and they can't go beyond that. They will verify with the next of kin some basic information, next of kin name, a good phone number, where the next of kin will be for the next 45 days. They cannot leave or prepare to leave the house until that information has been taken and the next of kin has signed off on it. And they will stay at the house, the notification officer and the notification chaplain, they will stay with the next of kin until either a family member, a family friend, or a care team is there to help with the next of kin. They will not discuss mortuary affairs, anything having to do with burial. They're not going to do that at that time. Chaplain will do what chaplains do. They'll pray with the next of kin, offer spiritual care, guidance as needed. And that doesn't end the relationship with the chaplains and with the next of kin. The rear detachment chaplain, Chaplain Lieber, will make sure that there's a proper and dignified memorial service here at Fort Bragg for our immediate community. But also our rear detachment chaplain, Chaplain Barnett, will be here to provide care and comfort to the family throughout the remainder of our deployment beyond. And I'll be followed by Adria, who will be our spouse.
All right. As an Army spouse, you can imagine how traumatic and emotional being informed of your soldier's death would be for you. And there's nothing that can take that away, the pain. But there is a way that you can help yourself, and that is by being prepared. Just as everyone has mentioned, you have to be prepared if you're going to be able to handle this properly. So being prepared would mean discussing with your trooper before deployment what he wants or she wants if something happens. So that you know, so you're not sitting there wondering, is this what you would want? And it's going to be a hard enough time for you. If it's written down in black and white, you'll know what you wanted. It also means preparing yourself, because if you're not prepared to take care of yourself and your family while your soldier is deployed, you can't help anyone else if you can't help yourself. Being prepared also means that you know about your household, how it's run, you know about the bills that pertain to your household, your titles, your leases, your mortgages, everything, that you know about that information, you know where it is, you know how to access it, and you're able to access it. It also means that you update your rear detachment and your FERSA about your contact information. They need to have updated contact information, not just a phone number, but also email address and address for you. It also means that you have updated your emergency contacts with them for yourself and for your children, because that would be very important if something happens to your soldier. You also would want to be sure to notify your rear detachment or your FERSA if you travel out of town for any length of time, because when the notification process starts, any time lost searching for you is time that can be very valuable to you if your soldier is alive but injured and they're trying to get you to his side. So finally, by preparing yourself as much as you can before the deployment, you're not only going to help yourself, you're also going to help your friends, your family, Army services, and rear detachment help you. thinking about these things in different scenarios in your mind and trying to cover every base before your soldier leaves is the best thing you can do to help yourself.
I'm a care team leader. I have been informed of what has happened to Marie. I have called my care team in, the people that are going to help me help you. We've all met at the brigade or the battalion. We've received our care team book and our box, and we're going to knock on your door and hopefully follow in whoever's leaving your side. We're going to come in and help you at the moment that's probably the very worst in your life and try to help get you through the coming hours. I will do anything that you ask of me. I will wash your dishes. I will walk your dog. I will pick your loved ones up from the airport, holding up a sign saying this is who I'm looking for. I will go buy your groceries. I will do anything in my power to make those coming hours easier for you. While I'm doing this, I'm writing down all of your information, every question that you have from your casualty assistance officer. I'm passing any pertinent information on to your Rear so that they know what's going on and that they can inform everybody that needs to know in the chain of command. I'm keeping my senior advisor in the brigade informed of what's going on so that she's prepared to assist you in any way that she can.
Once the care team leaves the home and comes back, I'm going to coordinate to bring the care team, the rear detachment, the military family life consultants, and the advisors in together to do an after-action review. After that's complete, the volunteers of this care team are going to have the opportunity to sit down and be able to deal with the feelings and the emotions that they need to deal with after dealing with such a traumatic experience. So that way, care is provided full circle, all the way back around to the volunteers to provide them with the support emotionally that they're going to need.
The presentation up front talks to you about what the Casualty Assistance Office does. We are the guys that make all the arrangements according to your desires. Again, the Blue Book. Blue Book is there. And when you and your spouse, your son, your brother sits down and you guys talk about it, he makes all the selections right there. They are in black and white. They also balance with whatever is on the DD-93 and the SGLB. We are here to take care of the family. Now, once the funeral arrangements have been done, all that is done through your CNO, your casualty CAO, I'm sorry, your casualty assistance officer. He is trained. He went to 2.5 days of training. Not only that, we are the quarterbacks for him. We are our representative. When he comes to our office, we drill him from one side to the other on everything. Make sure that nothing is left out. We are here to take care of it. There's nothing more important for us to do to make sure that you are taken care of. Once that is completed, the body's coming in from the States, from downrange, it comes to Dover, we make the arrangements, we get you there, you see the prestige there, and then we get you back home for you to start preparing on all the other things that are about to happen. Benefits that you will receive from VA, from retirement services, from ID card, from DEERS, from Social Security, all that, we will take care of. We have a chart that we cannot miss a bit. The fellows that are here that have been working cases with me, I know Sam Holtzby has been working a couple of cases with us. So he knows what we go through. We provide a vehicle, we pick you up in the morning, and we carry on until the whole works is done. The chaplain mentioned the memorial. Listen to me carefully. We will fly your family members to Fort Bragg for the memorial at government expense. We will fly your siblings, your kids, your wife, your father and mother-in-law, your father and your mother. We will not fly your sister-in-law. We understand that part, but your brother will come in. Now, if they are in Virginia and they want to drive, we'll pay for them to come on in. We'll provide a hotel for them. We make the coordinations through whoever's going to be the CNO back here for the memorial. And we'll take care of your meals back here. You'll be here like TBY. You will get paid for your meals. And you do all the settlement through your casualty assistance officers.
All right, well, again, obviously it gets a little somber there at the end. We just want to make sure that folks are informed. Hey, if folks are out of town, you know, same type of notification process takes place in Washington, D.C., Fort Lewis. The Casualty Assistance Officers, the Casualty Assistance Center in that area helps coordinate with military members to notify the families. So the same thing happens outside, except obviously we can't reach out and directly help with care teams and the like because we're physically separated. I think about the farthest we've gone before, sort of greater North Carolina area, down into South Carolina, where we can get there and help if we can. That doesn't mean that we'll reach out and call the family to see how we can help, of course, with the loved ones. So that was a lot to take in, obviously. I think, you know, one thing you heard from each of the folks here is just, obviously, ladies, you know, be prepared. Guys that are here, you know, deal with your families and sort things out, and just, you know, help them help themselves in the event of any sort of, you know, crisis. The best thing that these leaders can do for your guys, ladies that are in here, is to make sure that our teams are trained and ready. That's the best thing I can help make happen. You know, thankfully, I don't have to do the hardest work. The guys sitting in the audience will have to do to get us all trained. But I'm going to try and make sure that it's efficient, meaning, you know, we intend not to work on weekends unless we have to make sure we're squared away. But again, we're not going to sacrifice, you know, people not being ready to go. Because you want to be on the best team you can to go on these deployments, right? Fury team is a great place to be. I'm blessed with the exceptional leaders. Sergeant Major has been a great addition coming over to the Panthers, so we're going to be ready. But it's going to be just going to be busy in the weekdays here in January. I don't think there's a lot of ways to get around it. So with that, you know, we'll start gearing up. We're going to try and honor those weekends, but you know, there's still going to be a lot going on in January. My personal opinion is going to fly by. We got the 4-day weekend, I think, in January, correct? Martin Luther King. We're going to try and honor some three-day passes for the guys, make sure they have time at home. And then before you know it, in February, we're out to court. And hopefully before you know it, end of September, we'll be back. Okay? Real quick caveat on the memorial. The Army will pay for you to come back once to a memorial. That's what I understand. And so we intend, if required, you know, to have a memorial with a sort of a Fury family. So we'll just advise families on when they can and should come and stuff like that. Lastly, hey, just those new folks around you, it's just sort of like church. One, my leaders sitting here with us trying to get educated. Most of the families you guys are networked already, right? You have families that are involved in the unit. Many of our families are not, right? And guess who probably needs this information most? The families that aren't networked, the families that aren't informed, correct? And you know, the 1,200 or so spouses in the area, that's a lot of folks, correct? So I'd ask you, if you do have a friend out there, as Mr. Barrios, everybody's alluded to, you know, help reach out to them and just inform them. Your units will continue to do these type of activities right till we deploy. We're going to do another one of these in January, just to offer folks the last opportunity to just get informed and learn anything, okay? So if you thought this was good, you know, maybe invite somebody. If not, you know, let us know how we can fix it, just so that last week we can get folks informed as required, right? That's going to be right before we roll, all right? I understand this is a tough part of our life as service members. Most of you guys love what they're doing, and we appreciate your support to allow them to do what they love, okay? Obviously, we could do it without you, but it would be miserable, okay? And you guys there to come home to is always nice, and I just want to say thanks on behalf of our command team. So get after it. Have a great holiday season. Please be safe. Thanks.